Casinos are designed to be places of entertainment, excitement, and the promise of winning big. They lure people in with bright lights, hypnotic sounds, and the thrill of a potential jackpot. But beneath all the glamour lies a darker reality, one that many fail to see until it's too late. Gambling, especially in casinos, has been scientifically proven to have severe consequences on mental health, leading to addiction, financial ruin, anxiety, depression, and even self-destruction. The psychological traps within these gambling houses are not accidental. They are carefully crafted to keep people playing and eventually breaking. This is the story of how casino gambling can shatter lives, destroy mental stability, and turn even the most rational minds into desperate ones. The process begins innocently. A person walks into a casino either to kill time, have fun with friends, or try their luck just once. The first few experiences often feel harmless. They may win some, lose some, and walk away without much emotional attachment. But casinos are built on a system that feeds off human psychology. The flashing lights, the intoxicating sound of coins dropping, and the thrill of winning even a small amount stimulate the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, the same neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and addiction. This is the first step toward dependency. Even if the individual does not recognize it at first, their brain begins associating gambling with excitement and a potential reward. This feeling becomes so powerful that it overrides logic, making them return for more. As time goes on, the occasional visit turns into a habit. The gambler starts to rationalize their visits, believing that their luck will eventually turn around. They remember the wins more than the losses because the human brain is wired to recall positive experiences more vividly. Casinos take advantage of this cognitive bias. Slot machines, for example, are programmed to give small wins frequently, tricking players into believing that a bigger win is just around the corner. This creates the illusion of control, making players feel as though they have a say in the outcome, when in reality, the house always wins. The emotional toll begins to set in. After a few significant losses, frustration builds up. Instead of walking away, the gambler convinces themselves that they need to chase their losses. This is one of the most dangerous psychological traps. Chasing losses is the belief that if they keep playing, they will eventually win back everything they lost. But the longer they play, the deeper they sink. Anxiety starts to creep in as they watch their money disappear. They may even dip into their savings, borrow from friends, or take out loans, all in the name of getting back what they lost. This is when gambling transforms from an occasional activity into a full-blown addiction. The effects on mental health become evident. Stress levels rise as financial problems grow, leading to sleep disturbances and constant worry. Many gamblers experience severe anxiety, feeling trapped in a cycle they cannot break. The pressure of financial loss and the guilt of reckless spending weigh heavily on their minds. This often leads to secrecy, hiding their gambling habits from loved ones, lying about where their money is going, and isolating themselves out of shame. The more they hide, the more they suffer in silence. Depression soon follows. The highs of winning are short-lived, but the lows of losing are devastating. Many compulsive gamblers feel hopeless, believing they have dug a hole too deep to escape from. The constant stress, disappointment, and self-hatred can push them into a depressive state. They start losing interest in everything outside of gambling, neglecting work, relationships, and responsibilities. Even when they try to quit, withdrawal symptoms set in similar to those experienced by drug addicts. The urge to gamble becomes overwhelming, leading to relapses and even deeper despair. One of the most dangerous consequences of gambling addiction is suicidal thoughts. Studies have shown that compulsive gamblers are at a significantly higher risk of suicide than the general population. The feeling of losing everything: money, relationships, self-respect creates a sense of complete hopelessness. Many gamblers feel like there is no way out, and some take drastic measures to escape their suffering. The financial burden can also push them to engage in illegal activities such as theft or fraud, further ruining their lives. Casinos do not care about the mental health of their customers. Their entire business model relies on making people lose money while keeping them entertained enough to continue playing. They offer free drinks, complimentary hotel stays, and VIP treatment to high rollers, ensuring that people stay longer and spend more. The absence of clocks and windows inside casinos is intentional. They don't want players to realize how much time they spent gambling. Even when someone is visibly distressed, casino staff are trained to keep them engaged rather than encourage them to stop. Family members and loved ones of gamblers also suffer. When someone becomes addicted to gambling, their relationships begin to fall apart. Arguments about money become frequent, trust is broken, and emotional distance grows. Spouses and children often bear the emotional weight of watching their loved ones spiral into addiction. The financial strain can lead to eviction, bankruptcy, and homelessness, creating a ripple effect that destroys entire families. Despite the destruction, many gamblers find it incredibly difficult to quit. The psychological manipulation casinos use makes it hard for the brain to let go of the idea that a big win is possible. Even after losing everything, some gamblers believe that one last bet will change their lives. This is the cruel reality of gambling addiction. It creates an illusion of hope while stealing everything from the player. Casinos are designed to make people believe they're in control when in reality the system is rigged against them. The flashing lights, the ringing sounds of slot machines, and the perfectly calculated environment create an illusion of excitement and endless possibilities. But behind this artificial thrill lies a carefully crafted psychological trap. The moment a player steps into a casino, they are bombarded with subconscious triggers that encourage them to keep playing. The absence of clocks and windows makes it easy to lose track of time, while free drinks and complimentary rewards create a false sense of luxury and importance. Every small win triggers a dopamine rush, fooling the brain into thinking that a big win is just around the corner. However, the reality is that the longer a person plays, the more they lose, and as losses pile up, so does stress, anxiety, and desperation. The promise of a comeback win keeps them hooked, turning logical decision-making into reckless risk-taking. Eventually, gambling stops being a form of entertainment and turns into an uncontrollable urge. This mental battle leaves gamblers feeling trapped in a cycle of hope and despair, where they constantly chase losses that they may never recover. The mental strain caused by gambling doesn't just affect the gambler, it also spreads to their loved ones. Families are often left in financial turmoil, forced to deal with the consequences of one person's addiction. Spouses suffer from emotional neglect, children grow up in unstable environments, and relationships crumble under the weight of constant debt and lies. Many gamblers become secretive, hiding their losses and borrowing money from friends and family under false pretenses. They convince themselves that one big win will fix everything, but instead they sink deeper into debt. The shame and guilt become overwhelming, leading to mood swings, anger issues, and even depression. Some turn to alcohol or drugs to numb the pain, while others completely isolate themselves, unable to face the reality of their situation. In extreme cases, the mental anguish pushes gamblers to thoughts of self-harm or suicide. The psychological damage of gambling is not just about losing money, it's about losing stability, relationships, and mental peace. And yet, despite all this destruction, casinos continue to thrive, preying on people's weaknesses and selling them a dream that for most will never come true. The good news is that recovery is possible. Many former gamblers have managed to break free from addiction through therapy, support groups, and self-discipline. The first step is acknowledging the problem. Seeking professional help such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can help gamblers rewire their thinking patterns and break free from the cycle. Support groups like Gamblers Anonymous provide a safe space for addicts to share their struggles and receive guidance from others who have overcome addiction. It's also crucial to replace gambling with healthier activities. Exercise, meditation, and new hobbies can help fill the void that gambling leaves behind. Surrounding oneself with supportive friends and family members can make the journey to recovery easier. It takes time, patience, and a strong will, but many have proven that it is possible to rebuild a life after gambling addiction. Ultimately, gambling is not just a financial risk, it is a psychological trap that can destroy lives. Casinos are not designed for people to win. They are designed to keep people playing until they have nothing left. The mental health consequences are severe, affecting not just the gambler, but their loved ones as well. If you or someone you know is struggling with gambling addiction, remember that help is available, and it is never too late to turn things around. The first step toward healing is recognizing the damage and making the choice to walk away. Gambling may seem like just a game, but the consequences can be devastating. The mental and emotional toll it takes on people is far greater than most realize, and by the time they do, it's often too late. If you or someone you know is struggling with gambling addiction, don't stay silent. Help is out there, and recovery is possible. Break free before the game breaks you. If this video opened your eyes to the dark side of casino gambling, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe for more content that uncovers the harsh truths many ignore. Let's spread awareness and help others escape the trap before it's too late.